Hey, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the very first primetime speedrun. So we're going to be talking about the events that happened this week, such as the state of play, the reveal of the new Switch, and some drama with Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. So starting off with the Director's Cut for Ghost of Tsushima, players can once again explore the world of Tsushima with a new story attached to it as well, where we can explore Iki Island as the ghost himself. So everyone's excited for the new armor, new techniques, and new enemy types. But we all know the new animals that we can pet are gonna steal the show. I mean, come on. Every time I went to a fox den, I made sure to give my little buddy a pet before I left. So I can't wait to see what animals they include. We already know monkeys are gonna be a part of it, but yeah, I need some more animal petting in my life. Players like myself will also be glad when the quality of life updates come out so you can finally lock onto your enemies. You have no idea how frustrated I was fighting the final boss and constantly just swinging past him as he dodges and kills me over and over and over again. Ow! I got hit twice with the same attack! Was not an entirely pleasant experience, you can imagine, but I'm glad that these patches are going to be coming out relatively soon. The update didn't generate all good news, however. There was actually a lot of bad press generated by the way the expansion was priced in combination with the DLC. So reading this right off of the PlayStation blog, if you already own Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, you can pre-order an upgrade to the Director's Cut on PS4 for $19.99 USD, and this upgrade will become available starting on August 20th. So starting August 20th, if you bought the Director's Cut on PS4, you'll be able to upgrade to the Director's Cut on PS5 at any time for $9.99 USD. And you can also upgrade directly from the original Ghost of Tsushima PS4 to the Director's Cut on the PS5 for $29.99 USD. I know for a lot of people like myself, this decision didn't exactly feel right with having to pay for the upgrade and the expansion separately, but thinking about the content that they put out for free, such as the multiplayer, it does kind of put things into perspective, and of course I think they should be paid for the expansion. I just think the confusion and having the upgrade separate from the expansion itself, especially with many games, including the upgrade when you purchase the base game, but I think what they're asking for is a fair price. Moving on to some Silent Hill news, this was reported by VentureBeat. Hideo Kojima and Microsoft have been looking to work together to create a cloud-based game, and Microsoft just hired Kim Swift, who worked on Google Stadia's cloud gaming service, so it looks like the gears are being put into motion. No one knows what kind of game he's looking to make, but people hope it's going to be the next installment of Silent Hill. IGN reported that another Silent Hill game is possibly going to be in production by the Bloober team, who created Layers of Fear and The Medium, and for some reason this didn't sit well with people. I actually enjoyed The Medium regardless of its slower pace, so I think Bloober can actually rise to the challenge and deviate from the slower paced games that they've been used to really make something that's going to be fast paced and people are going to enjoy. Later in the week, we finally got what I consider to be PlayStation's response to E3, and it was okay. They definitely didn't come with their heavy hitters, but they still had some great news to share, so I was happy to see it. Starting off, PlayStation has acquired House Marquee, the makers of Returnal, so that's going to be a first-party studio now, and I'm excited to see what they can do since Returnal was actually a surprise hit for me. We got some unfortunate news that Sifu is going to be delayed to early 2022, however we did get some more gameplay and we got to see the aging effect in play. I'm not sure if this is going to be included in the main game or if this was just for the trailer, but it seems like Sifu ages exponentially, so it started off with 2 years, then went to 3, then 4, etc. I'm not quite sure how this will affect the gameplay yet, but I think some techniques will get better as Sifu gets older. But as Sifu gets older, he might become less limber, have less health, or things that detract from his skill set because he is an aging man. Next up was Lost Judgment, which looked really interesting. We have a bunch of new minigames that I don't believe were in the previous Judgment, as well as a little bit of parkour. And the story this time around looks like it's going to have a bit of a darker tone, so I can't wait to see more when it comes out in September. We got to see more of the Death Stranding's Director's Cut, and it honestly looks like it could be a revival to the game. It's got updated vehicles, equipment, and more importantly combat, which seemed to be an issue for a lot of players. I think these quality of life improvements will definitely encourage players to return to the game and invite new players as well. It looks really fun and I can't wait to see these updates in play. The state of play closed with another preview for Deathloop. This time we actually get to see one of the bosses in the game get defeated. I was already looking forward to Deathloop and getting to play in September. I really enjoy the style and color palette of this game, and especially the music, which we got to hear a little bit more of during the preview. It has a very nice jazzy type feel, which almost feels inappropriate for an assassin, but I like it, I'm digging it. Nintendo finally revealed the OLED Nintendo Switch coming out this fall, and most fans were pretty disappointed. The only major changes in my opinion are the screen, which will have a bigger size with a smaller bezel, and will be OLED, but other than that, the resolution hasn't been changed, the CPU hasn't been changed, pretty much nothing has been changed besides the size of the screen. So I definitely won't be investing in a new Switch, but I'm sure for people who haven't owned a Switch before, this would be perfect for them. Rumors about Ubisoft's new Assassin's Creed were leaked earlier this week. The codename for this project is Assassin's Creed Infinity, which was rumored to possibly be a live service game. IGN reported that Ubisoft quickly tried to cover their tracks, saying that they don't know what the game's format is going to be like yet. Hopefully it's not a live service game because we haven't had much success in that category. However, with a title like Infinity, I can totally see that being a possibility. It is interesting having the idea of exploring multiple different timelines within a single game and possibly choosing your own adventure in that way, but to have that game be live service is going to be a tough sell for a lot of people. Watch Dogs Legion's Bloodline DLC just recently came out, featuring Aiden Pierce and Wrench in their own story. Looking at the trailer, it looks like they're going to be fighting some kind of Terminator-like enemy, and you'll be able to switch off between Aiden and Wrench. But I'm not sure if it's just me. Does anybody else feel some type of way that Marcus was not included in this DLC? Like, I understand, Wrench is a very interesting character, very fun and lovable, but Marcus was the main character of the second game. Why is he not included in this? It's possible that he'll be involved later down the line and is kept as a surprise, but I don't really like that they picked Wrench over Marcus in this situation. Xbox has started a new marketing campaign for the Xbox Game Pass titled It's All There. This music video features a 90s R&B love song to the Game Pass Ultimate sung by All For One. I don't know if this ad does a great job of explaining the service because I spent most of my time trying to vibe and sing along. Paradise. Oh. To wrap things up, Game Pass has included 6 new games to the catalog, including UFC 4, Bloodroots, Tropico 6, and Farming Simulator 19. I did not know there were that many farming simulators. And on the PlayStation side of things, the new PlayStation Plus games are Plague's Tale, Innocence, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and WWE Battlegrounds. Well, that's it for this week's Speedrun. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this week of gaming, and I will see you guys in the next video.